Welcome back. I'm one of the developers working on Dwerve. The Steam summer sale's about to start and we're gonna do the biggest discount we've done. Why am I blurry? I'm making tile maps for my next game, The Last Phoenix. And here's the tile maps actually. But for tile map, you have to do all the different angles and you can really get carried away with this. So I'll show you a simple one you should use. You can look up a lot of tile set templates, but they can get very, very complicated. However, it may be what you're looking for, but if you're gonna do a complicated tile map, I suggest using a software like this thing called Tile Setter. I'm not affiliated with them or don't even have a referral link, but this thing can help you save you time if you're doing a complicated tile set. But I think a simpler tile set like the Pokemon one is good enough, and it's what I'm doing for my game, The Last Phoenix. It's pretty simple, and this is basically the same thing. It's just presented in a different way. And here it is. You got your outer corners and then you got your inner corners. That's it. That's the whole brush. This here is just a variation that you can paste on top of it. And those variations go here. So that way you can add some variety. So I made mine a little bit more complicated. Here you can see you have the outer edges, right? And your top, bottom, left, right. However, these empty spaces are for side variations, and this is for top variations. And then because I wanted to make it all condensed, here are the inner corners. And you can see this one here better as one of the corners. But anyway, this is just extra for variation. However, I want to warn you, this multiplicatively adds the amount of time that you need to spend making sure that the tiles tile. Like check this out. This is world 2 for my game. This is gonna be like the desert biome. Here's the map for The Last Phoenix. I'm doing the backgrounds now for all the different biomes. Here it's pretty obvious. This is the top left corner, inner corners, you know what I mean? And then these are all the variations that go in the middle. And it is beautiful. However, to make sure that this seamlessly tiles, you have to draw it out in different sequences and then edit it. And I think that's what the new tile mode is good for. If you go to view grid settings, this is where you decide basically what how your game's gonna tile. So the first thing you do is you go to layer, new, and then tile map layer. And here we're just gonna call this tile map, I think I'm gonna call it tile map grid. All right. And here there's a little grid icon next to it. On the tile map grid layer, that's where we probably should have drawn our tile map. But I already have it drawn here, so I'm just gonna copy paste it from this layer. Control C, Control D to deselect. And then we're gonna go here and we're gonna Control V. And now when I press enter, now when I press Control D, all the tiles loaded in, baby. Isn't that awesome? You have to, by the way, be on this middle selection here. Just really quickly, these are new options in the top left corner. Now I'm gonna switch over to the first option here. And on this first option, if I press, if I select the tile, here you can see there's a little white corner whenever you select the tile. If I select the tile, I can now paint it. You see how it's locking to the grid? That's why the grid was important. So we wanna see how good each of these tiles will look in between. This is why you shouldn't make so many variations, but this is basically the top. And now I'm going to try this one, and I gotta find the next one. So now we can see if they tile well or not. And then I'm gonna do the same thing by taking the first tile and putting it in the first position, second position, last position. Then I'm gonna take the second one, I'm gonna put it in the second position, the first position, and then I don't know, whatever, the first position. Here basically I'm just trying to shuffle these tiles. Oh, a quick tip, if you press Control, it shows you the number of the tiles. So this one's number 5, this one's number 5, so you can see where they're repeating. Especially, it can be confusing, especially if you did what I did here. When you're on that first selection, that's when you want to modify the tiles. You can see that it updated all of them instantly. It's pretty awesome. Now I just need to do it for all the other sides, which is kind of annoying. I should have just made one tile for each side. It would have been a lot easier to then go and make sure that it tiles. Here we can draw a bunch of shapes to see if it always looks good. This is one of the funnest parts. And so now if you want to make a new tile, just duplicate the layer or something and then start drawing the new tile over these. And once you do that, you already have all these different angles programmed, so you can check if it aligns right. Hey, what's this here? What is that? That's 25. That's a new tile. I think I accidentally made a new tile. With the mini window open, you can see how it's affecting some other tiles. I don't like how similar these are. I was lazy and I just flipped the sprite, but that's not cool. Oh yeah, I forgot. I did a little bit of shading. I don't know if you can tell, but this part and this part, look, when I color pick, it's not the same. So this is a quick tip for making your art look even cooler is down here, this whole part is actually tinted. Oops, I'm on the, whatever, you get the point. This whole part down here is tinted a little bit red, and that gives it a kind of a cool effect, more of a shading kind of look. And so the bottom part is not the same exact color as the top part, and that's a fun way to create a little bit more color in your tile maps. I mean, I would go even as far as maybe making this red. Let's try that. And check that out. It almost looks like it has a lava glow. If you want to get feedback on your art, you should join our Discord community. By the way, I have a free art asset pack on Itch, and you can use it in games or whatever you like. You can follow me on Itch, a link in the description. I'll see you next week, Dev Live.